Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I first want to thank the Durango Arts Center for hosting the show that you're viewing today and hopefully in the future. The Durango Arts Center has been a great supporter of arts in the Four Corners, and we're honored to be participants and to have a show.
I'm Peter Alphonso Martin. My wife and I moved here to Durango to be with family, and as it turns out, our usual good fortune, we are settled 3 doors down from family. We moved from Albuquerque, New Mexico. My wife and I both grew up there, spent all our life till after retirement when we moved here. And tell you a little bit about my art career. I've been doing it my whole life, and I'm now getting close to 90. So I've been doing art for, this is going to sound unbelievable. When I say it out loud, it's unbelievable to me. Almost 3/4 of a century I've been doing art. Well, in grade school I knew I wanted to be an artist, but my first real inspiration was in 1943 or 44, Life magazine had a war artist. He had done a portrait of Generalissimo Chiang Kai-shek, the leader of the Free Chinese. It was done in Chinese ink, and amazing to a kid how any human could do something like that. So the artist's name, Tom Lee, from El Paso, Texas. It's just amazing stuff. And what gives me energy to continue my work is, I wouldn't call it inspiration, but my energy comes from my uncompleted work, my thumbnails that I have hundreds of. When I go back to them, it gives me the energy to produce new stuff. And so I discovered that if, once you start to be an artist, you like to master drawing and painting, but it's important to move on and be yourself. Be yourself. Now, I discovered that after many years of working at art. So the type of art I accomplished, the most significant to me, are the big projects. I worked for the government as an illustrator, graphic designer for 36 years. So I had the opportunity to proceed on my own without any bureaucratic art direction or anybody interfering with my creativity. So I was just turned loose, and I found out, it's best to be yourself. And I wish when I was a kid, if somebody had said exactly that, master the techniques and everything, but then be yourself. It's worked out good for me. And I wondered when I retired how long I was going to be able to continue to have the energy and the new ideas or something to keep me going to produce work. And so I find out that I can still keep going. The only thing is the stamina for long days, it doesn't exist anymore. But as far as the facility with art tools has, I don't think has diminished, has only increased. So I can't be my own art critic and say that that's where I'm at, but I think that's where I'm at today, and so I let my work hopefully just be seen as, well, if just one person gets intellectual stimulation or sees any art value to it, that's all an artist can hope for. That I say as a truly a lifelong artist for almost 3/4 of a century. So that's about it.
My art is inspired by color and whimsy. I like to look at natural forms and modify them. I like to throw bright colors at people, and I try to tickle the 7-year-old in every one of us. If you smile, then I've accomplished my mission as an artist. When I was in high school and college, I took art classes, and I loved the art classes. And then I looked at the career opportunities and the revenue potential. And I knew I wasn't going to make it in New York or Chicago, so I studied computers and all kinds of other things, and worked for many years in pretty traditional jobs. When I was 50, I said, I want to get back into it. So I took 2 classes. I took a color theory class, and I took an advanced watercolor class. And I've been painting for 20 years. And one of the objectives that I've always tried to maintain is I always have my easel out. So if I can paint or draw for 10 minutes in a day, I do it. I'm now at a stage in my life where I can paint as much as I want. And I just love every minute of it, and will continue as long as I can. When I retired, I was able to connect with a gallery in Lansing, Michigan. It was called Gallery 1212. We had 4 artists, and we all worked together. We taught, we showed our work, but more importantly, we supported on an average month 30 different artists, whether they were painters, photographers, potters, or jewelry people. That gallery went under, for a lot of reasons, and then I moved and worked in 3 other galleries, and enjoyed teaching and displaying an art, and I've had shows all over mid-Michigan. So for the past 20 years, I've been very active in the arts community, both as a partner in an art gallery, teacher in an art gallery, and also as a general supporter of the arts. The medium that I've evolved into is acrylics. I started with watercolor, and watercolor is a difficult media. I probably messed up 40–50% of my painting because I couldn't control the watercolor. But I was intrigued by color. So then I started adding gouache, which is a very opaque watercolor, and I was able to get brighter colors. I still wasn't able to maintain the intensity that I wanted, so I tried oil. And I painted with oil for probably 5–6 years, but I hated the fumes and the cleanup. So I evolved into acrylics, and I've been using acrylics now, and I will continue with acrylics because I'm able to maintain the color that I want, and it functions quite like watercolor. If you dilute it a little, you can get nice washes. So acrylic on canvas is my preferred medium. My favorite part about teaching, I used to teach a class, and I still do, it's called Paint and Go. And in a 2-hour period, I break a painting down into 4 or 5 steps, and we make sure everybody is able to maintain the pace of the painting, produce a painting that they can walk out with and really enjoy the whole process. So I really like the people that come in and says, well, I've never painted before, and after 2 hours, 2.5 hours, they walk away with a big smile on their face, and they're very proud that they produced their first painting. And also, some of the people that I've taught in this class went on to other classes that I taught. And then I am able to watch them progress and improve their artistic ability and their visions. And that's what I really enjoy the most about teaching, is the interaction with the artist and watching them grow and just enjoy the process of art.